Hey there, in today's video, I'm going to do a first run review of the Nike Vomero Premium. I bought the Nike Vomero Premium for easy day running. I had all three versions of Nike's Invincibles. These are the first ones. I wasn't much interested in the Vomero range when they were launched to replace the Invincibles, which seemed to be cancelled, kind of looked last minute, looked like there was going to be a new Invincible 4 coming. But the Vomero 18 and the Vomero Plus didn't really interest me, but I was intrigued by these. There were lots of hype surrounding them from Nike, and my friend Gary wondered whether I was going to try them. And I thought, yeah, they look intriguing. I'll give them a go. And here they are. As always, this video might be long. There are chapter markers down below, so you can skip on through to the bits you might be interested in. Let's get going. To test the shoe, I did a lot of walking and some running. I thought I would do running in the shoe for easy day runs, but I also thought I'd downstream and do a lot of walking in them. I can't really say I relished either experience of walking or running in this particular shoe, but let's put the shoe on the turntable and look at specifications. Nike say that the shoe weighs 351 grams, 12.38 ounces, and a UK men's size 12. This shoe is the US men's 13, UK 12, EU 47.5, CM 31, BR 46. In this size, it weighs in the left shoe 419 grams, 14.78 ounces, and in the right shoe 417 grams, 14.71 ounces. It has a 55.5 millimeter stack height. It has a 10 millimeter drop. Nike say this about the Vomero Premium. Made for the long miles of daily training, the Nike Vomero Premium is the first of its kind. For this Vomero iteration, Nike's design team set out to create an anti-gravity sensation, redefining training and recovery. The Vomero Premium aims to replicate the sensation of reduced body weight through a more protected sole that combines plush ZoomX foam with responsive forefoot and heel Air Zoom units, the same one used in the Nike Maxfly 2 and Victory 2 track spikes. The result is a shoe that delivers maximum cushioning, high energy return, and impact reduction. Let's review the shoe and see if what Nike says is true. The upper of the shoe is fairly straightforward. Nike call it an engineered mesh upper. It's plush, but surprisingly breathable. I was out running in near freezing temperatures and I could feel the cold coming through. I'll stick a camera in the shoe and also stick a light in the shoe and you'll get an idea. You'll see the light coming through the... Yeah, it's more ventilated than I thought it would be. It has a very padded heel and tongue, but otherwise the upper is fairly conventional. It's down here in the midsole that things get really interesting in the Vomero Premium. There is a large amount of ZoomX. This is ZoomX from an Invincible 1 that's been clearly cut in half. There's lots of ZoomX, but they've added some AirPod units or Air Zoom units that you can see here from this is the Nike Alphafly 1. The sole, it's very thick, but it's not very thick. I mean, there's nothing massively complicated in here. They've taken existing technologies, the Zoom pods, and popped them in. If you were to raise the stack of just the foam, there'd be almost no structure. And these shoes that I really did enjoy, the Midsole ones, they're bouncy enough as it is without adding just more layers of foam. Now, whether or not this the Zoom AirPods will add some structure, we'll see when we get to running in them. The outsole is a Nike waffle, fairly common on these kinds of shoes that Nike do. In the Invincibles, this is the Invincible 1 in its full form. After 300k, or well before it actually, but this has got 300k in it, they started to wear right the way through, and I would imagine with roughly the same outsole, the same thing will happen here, certainly for my pattern of running. The Vomero Premium is a large shoe, but it's also a heavy shoe. In this size is 417 grams, 14.71 ounces. I have very few shoes over 400 grams or 14 ounces in weight. By way of comparison, this is the Streak Fly 2. It's 160 grams, 5.64 ounces. Now, I know they're totally different use cases, but if you just compare them size-wise, just physically, the difference in the size of the shoe is huge. I regularly walk in the Nike Infinity Run 4 Gore-Tex GTX. This is my second version. These are 481 grams or 16.97 ounces. I find them heavy to run in. It's a great shoe. It's the second. I rarely buy a shoe twice, but this is the second version. I made a weight comparison video, this shoe versus a Vaporfly, to show you the difference that weight has. But this is a heavy shoe for what I think it's trying to do. By way of comparison, the Invincible 3, or this is the Invincible 1, but this weighs 375 grams, 13.25 ounces. So a significant amount of weight is added because there's a lot more foam, and obviously there's more pods, a little bit more structure. One of the comparators, or the shoes that you'd relate to, is this is the Puma Mag Max. It's a 45 millimeter stack height, so 10 mil less, but it's 372 grams, 13.12 ounces. And I already find this to be a little bit of a heavy shoe. I like it. The upper, I'd much prefer the upper to this, to the Vomero Premium. Fits really nicely. Very nice tongue on this shoe. But yeah, even this for me is a bit high in the stack height sets. Nike talk about the width of the shoe and making it wider for more stability. But again, to compare to the Invincible ones, they're kind of about the same. They're same in the forefoot at about 130 millimeters, and then the same in the rear at about 110 millimeters. But in the middle, this shoe is much wider. This one has a nice narrow waisting. It's not narrow, but narrower waisting. And this probably adds to the increased weight of the shoe. But also that foam in the middle does play a part in the running experience. I have quite a few Nike shoes. I buy in the same size always. These are the only Nike shoes I found very ill-fitting, particularly around the ankle. They were a bit too big for me. If I was buying them again, I'd go a size down. Nike are very proud of the stack height of this shoe, so much so they printed on the bottom, which they usually don't do. It says it's an M10. I'm presuming that's a US men's 10. It's 55.5 millimeter stack, 10 millimeter drop down to 45.5 millimeters. In a women's size 8, it's 52 millimeters, dropping down to 42.9 millimeters, a 9.1 millimeter drop. In these US men's 13s, I don't know what the stack height is, but I'm guessing it's somewhere around 60 millimeters because the shoes scale. But yeah, Nike are very proud of the stack height of this particular shoe. The design of the shoe is fairly ordinary. There's a very ordinary upper on top of, well, it's extraordinary in terms of size, but nothing else. On the back, it says not approved by World Athletics due to the stack height. And there's the outline of the Air letters. But other than that, there's nothing particularly interesting in the design of the shoe from my point of view. Nike issued a press release for the shoe, and I put a link in the description. But some of it, well, you know, according to Charles Han, the Nike designer, I've never been more passionate about a shoe. I can honestly say I probably have the reverse experience. The design is complete with a bold Air branding on the back. Now the Air is actually on this side and it's on this side. And the press release goes on to say, which is what Han describes as a rebellious decision that channels the fearless spirit of Nike. Lads, it's 3 letters on a shoe. Let's not lose the run of ourselves here. Jacob Kiplimo, the half marathon world record holder, is quoted as saying, the way they made it is a little bit different, and I think it'll be the best shoe in the Nike running family. Really, Jacob? Really? The best shoe in the Nike running family? For me, this is not even close to Nike's best shoe. The Alphafly 1 sub 2 hour marathon, Eliud Kipchoge. The Alphafly 2 world record, same dude, Berlin. The Alphafly 3 Kelvin Kiptum world record, or one of my favorites in innovation, the Air Zoom Tempo Fly Ease. This is an absolutely brilliant shoe. The combination of all the technologies and the difficulty of making a shoe that somebody who has hands that don't operate easily to tie shoelaces, it's super. This is a superb shoe, a great, I mean, I was going to pick one of their shoes. Of the ones I have, this would be one of the most innovative. The Vomero Premium, no. not really. I bought the shoe in black, anthracite, volt, and iron grey. It was the only one that was available at the time. Most of them have sold out, but it's available in various men's and women's colours. I'll flash up on the screen and put the title down below. And they will, like most Nike shoes that are popular, it will become available in all sorts of colours in all sorts of different regions. Nike make no great claims about sustainability for this shoe. Well, how could they in this size, this much mass and material? Yeah, not the most sustainable of shoes. The shoe is very easy to put on, but it's hard to tighten around the ankle. I found it quite loose when I was running, something the original Invincibles I think were criticized for. You could use a heel lock lacing that may help, or consider a size down. I thought I'd do a lot of walking in the shoe, so I'll talk a little bit about the walking experience. A lot of times in a shoe, I will pick it either for walking or running. And in these, I was interested in the walking feel. I was interested in wearing it to events where I might appear taller in it and various other things. I was kind of interested in this. I put them on, walked up and down the stairs, and you can feel the compression as you go up the stairs. I often do that in shoes. It's one particular thing I like to do, testing the forefoot and then going down. Now, if you want a hard proprioception workout where you're working in all the muscles of your feet, walking these will help you because they're not relaxing to walk in. They're always waving. Your foot is always moving around. It's not uncomfortable, but it's never relaxing. And I walked, I might have walked 15, 20 kilometers in these shoes, just seeing what they were like. And I decided, obviously, I was going to try and go running in them. I thought when I was running, they would be better. I thought they'd be a bit more stable. There's a mid-foot strike. It squishes down. It seems to suck into the tarmac or the footpath and then wait a while before pushing you up. I didn't find there was much energy return. Now, I found the same in the Puma Mag Max. These big stack things, they sort of suck down and it seems to wait away, and then off you go. I didn't find them great. Nike do say maximum cushioning. Absolutely, there's maximum cushioning. Impact reduction, absolutely. High energy return, no. Quite the reverse for me. The grip and traction in the shoe is moderate at best. They're best run in a straight line where they sort of become a little bit more stable. Turning around in them, not for me. Effectively, you're running on foam platform shoes. Not the most stable of running in my experience, certainly not in twisty bits. And in terms of lugs or outsole, it's minimal grip and traction. This is an expensive shoe. It's €229.99, £209.99. Couldn't get a price in the US, 320 Australian dollars. It's sold out on the Nike app. Nike are superb at letting you know when shoes are coming and all that. It's really good. I'm often interested in shoes that are coming up and when will they be available, and then you miss them. Asics, typically I often miss Asics shoes, but Nike, they tell you exactly what time they're going on sale and I'm sitting there ready to press the go button. But they are expensive. I mean, if they were going to be a good shoe for easy day running for me, the cost wouldn't bother me. I do think Nike have amazing sales. I'm making this on, where were you, the 26th of November, Black Friday sales. Alpha Flies 3s are down to about €150. Same with Vaporflies. And yeah, much better value in those than in these. I bought the shoe for easy days. It's what it's designed for when you're feeling beaten up. Nike make much of their athletes who run 120 miles a week loving these. That's great. Most of us don't run the 120 miles a week. I'm not sure. I really am sure that if I was running the kind of guy who runs 120 miles a week, I'd be really wanting to jump into one of these. I loved these Invincibles. They were my go-to shoe when I was feeling beaten up or injured. I would never jump into these. I think I'm more likely to get injured if I'm running in these. If I was that beat up rather than these, I'd get on the indoor bicycle, or I would be doing water aerobics or swimming. Before I finally wrap up, this is my shoe. I bought it with my money, and these are my opinions. the shoe is selling out so fast, and people who are great athletes are at least nominally quoted as extolling its virtues. But it'd be great to hear your views on this particular shoe and comment below. Should you buy the Nike Vomero Premium? Well, if you've got this far in the video, it won't be any surprise that I'm returning these. For me, they're a gimmick. They're pushing the envelope essentially to bursting. I loved the Invincibles. I have all the 1, 2, and 3. These are the first ones. But these, for me, are a step too high, too far, too all over the place, and always in the wrong direction. When I ran in these, I was immediately reminded of an advert from Pirelli, the Italian tire company, from 1994. Photographed by Annie Leibovitz, Carl Lewis is seen in a pair of high heels about to stride into the distance. And the tagline is, "Power is nothing without control." And for me, yeah, these are out of control. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, it would be great if you'd hit the like button. As always, we have lots of stuff in the description below, and I'll happily answer any questions you put into the comments. There'll be a big blue subscribe button popping up there, and some related videos there. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, just keep bouncing along.